Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to start a small business blog. What we are going to do today is we are going to explain exactly what a small business blog is, how to pick a niche, hint that niche is going to be what your small business is, how to niche down, and then get something called web hosting and why you need web hosting. After that, we are going to install something called WordPress. We are going to get a free and premium WordPress theme. After that, we're going to make some changes to your website so that you can actually start getting some traffic. And then I'm going to show you how to write. After that, we're going to look at different ways to make money with your blog, why you need to share your content on social media, and about how many blog posts you should write. Be sure to check out the first 3 links in the description as they're going to help you get up and running. Now, what is a small business blog? Assuming that you are creating a blog for your small business, you are simply going to answer questions and drive traffic so that you can make additional sales. Now, what we're going to do for this example is we are going to use a business called Abbott. This business is local. It is a large business, but we can use it as an example. What they're doing is they're simply creating content to help drive traffic, and in this case, they're actually improving their customers' perception, but you can actually use this information to help you make money. And to do that, you are simply going to figure out exactly the components of your small business, what will drive your audience and what will drive traffic, and what will get people to engage and share your content. One thing you can do is find your competitors in your space, and they can be local, they can be global, they can be international, and you can use what they've already done. You can use their website to reverse engineer. So let's say, for example, we were in the pharmaceutical business like Abbott. We see Abbott as a competitor. What I would do is I would come up here to the search bar, I'd copy their domain name, and then I'd go over to a keyword research tool like Ahrefs. I'm going to use this Ahrefs tool. I'm going to paste in their domain name, and I'm going to click search. Now this is actually going to tell me all of the different keywords that they already rank for, and I can use this to reverse engineer. So I'm going to click on organic search. And if I have a small website, we want to target keywords that have very low competition and very low difficulty. As you can see, Abbott ranks for everything between 0 and close to 100. The closer to 100 you get, the more difficult the keyword will be. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the keyword difficulty to 5 or less and see what they rank for. And when we do that, this is going to give us an idea of the different types of content that we can create if we are in the same industry or niche. Now again, you can do this with any blog or website that you consider a competitor. And the great thing is this can be for any website. If they are your next door neighbor that's a competitor, or someone that's on the opposite side of the world, you just follow the steps and you can find the keywords that they already rank for and keywords that aren't difficult at all. You can start creating content on those keywords and then potentially start ranking. If we jump back over to our slide deck here, we have talked about what a small business blog is. It's simply answering questions that your customers have or may have about your business or about the niche that you're in as well. Next, we pick a niche and we niche down. The next thing that you need to get is web hosting. In order for your website to be seen on the internet, you need to have a web hosting provider. That web hosting provider is going to be responsible for making sure that your website is available for people from around the world to see your website. And what I recommend to get started, click the first link in the description to get web hosting. Now you're going to rent hard drive space called a server from your web hosting provider. Now when you click that first link in the description, you can actually get a domain name for free for the first year. A domain name is simply a name that your customers are going to refer to your website by. In most cases, you want your domain name to be your company name. For example, the domain name for Abbott is abbott.com. You want to make yours the same as well, if possible. If you can't make it the exact same, you want to try and keep it as close as possible. And what we're going to do right now is I'm actually going to walk you through the steps of getting web hosting and setting up your domain name for free. When you click that link, you'll be taken to this website where you'll go ahead and click Get Started. What I recommend is to click the first one on the far left, the basic plan, if you're just getting started with a website. As you can see, there are a number of options, but click that, click Select, and then move on. Here you're going to create a domain name. If you have one in mind, you can type it in here like you see that I do. What I recommend is try and find a domain name that's going to be related to your niche. Now, what I do is I type in a domain name that I know is already taken. When it's taken, you're going to get this error. What you can then do is go back and try different domains. Now, make sure, again, you want to pick one that's related to your niche. Click Next, and then you're going to see a green box that says that it's approved. The next step is simply to go through and enter in your contact information. Make sure that when you scroll down here, make sure that you leave all of the settings on. But again, enter in your contact information, the settings right here where it says domain privacy, leave all of this checked. If you don't leave it checked, you're going to get people reaching out to you, spamming you, emailing you, trying to get you to sign up for web hosting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sign up and then jump back to you once I sign on and move to the next step. All right, so I've signed up and I'm going to go ahead and set up my website initially. Just create a simple username and password, make sure it meets the requirements there, and then move on. Make sure that you write it down too. Write it down in a safe spot so that you have it and you remember it, because it can be a pain to go ahead and get everything back. You're gonna have to enter in like some vital information, but just make sure that you write it down. It's really easy and really simple. Now, one thing that I do want to note is that this part is not sped up at all. This is actual real time, and you can see that you'll go from absolutely nothing to a complete website in less than probably 10 minutes. And once you click submit, you're going to move on to the next step where you get to log in. Here is where you're actually going to start creating your WordPress website. Now, the great thing is Bluehost really does everything for you, and it's really simple. So again, I'm not speeding this up at all, and I want you to see what it really takes to create a website. Bluehost is going to do a little bit of work in the background for you, and we're just going to actually click on skip this step. This one, first one I clicked on start a blog, but for the next step, just click skip, because we know what we're doing, and I'm actually going to tell you what to do so that we can get up and running. Click get started right here on the left hand side, and then move on. Just click skip here and click skip here, and then just pick the first one in the far left. Make sure that you're picking a free theme, because they'll charge you. They have both free and premium themes, which I'll talk about in just a moment. So right now it's actually creating your WordPress website. In just a few moments, you're going to click on log in to WordPress on the right hand side there. You'll see it in just a second, and then we can actually start looking at some basic configurations. All right, so we click log in, and now we actually have a WordPress website. What may need to happen is you may need to click refresh a few times to get it to work, but now we have our website, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to log in and delete a few plugins, because right now it has the coming soon. And so if someone tried to get to your website at this moment, it's going to say coming soon to them, even though we can see it. This is what your WordPress website looks like, but for everyone else outside of your network, it's going to say coming soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to plugins eventually, and we're going to delete some of the plugins that we don't need. Now, I talk a little bit about plugins later on, but plugins add additional features and functionality. We are going to deactivate the Bluehost as well as the other plugins that are already activated, and then we can go through and make the necessary changes, which I'll cover in just a moment. So we're going to deactivate them and then delete them. Now you want to make sure that you only have the plugins that you're using on your website. The more plugins you have, the slower your website's going to respond and function, and you're going to lose out on ranking. So make sure you have a lean setup, very few plugins, and then move on. As you can see right now, I'm just simply deleting some stuff that you don't need. If you want to, you could keep them, but obviously if you're just getting started, you don't need this other stuff. What's more important is the themes that we're going to talk about in just a moment, as well as getting writing. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete those, deactivate them, and then we're actually going to start moving on to settings, which you see right here. All right, so let's go ahead and make some changes that we absolutely have to make so that you can start getting traffic. The first thing that you want to do is you want to change your site title. Your site title is going to be the title of your website. You can make this basically your domain name. For example, my domain name is Web Hosting Rewind, and you can see that's my site title. And then the tagline is basically what your website's all about in a very succinct manner. As you can see here, mine says, get the latest news and info on all things web hosting. What you want to do is make sure that yours is relevant to your niche. For example, if you are creating content about makeup, you can say, come here for the latest tips and tricks for all things makeup. Next, you want to make sure that your WordPress address is HTTPS and not HTTP. Make sure your site address is HTTPS as well. And then the administration email should automatically be set. Uncheck the membership so that anyone can register. Make sure that this is unchecked. If we scroll down here, you want to change your time zone to your time zone. There are all sorts of them here. Next, you want to make sure that you have your date format set to the way you want, and then go ahead and click save. If we go down to writing, there isn't anything in writing that we need to change. After that, we're going to go to reading. In reading, very important, you want to make sure that your homepage displays to your latest post. That's the first thing. And the second one is you want to make sure that your search engine visibility is unchecked. do not check this. Discourage search engines from indexing this site. You do not want this, because if this is checked, people aren't going to be able to find your website, and everything that we do after this is going to be a waste. So go ahead and click save. This should be unchecked. Next, if we go down to discussion, there really isn't anything that we need to change here. Media, we can leave this as is, and then permalinks is going to be really important. Right now your permalinks are set to plain. You want to change it to post name. This is done for search engine optimization. What's going to happen is when we create a new blog post, we are going to make it so that it's search engine optimized. We're going to use the keyword in our title, and that keyword is going to show up right here as well. And this is called search engine optimization. Make sure that it's set to post name, and then go ahead and click save. And really that's everything that you need to do to make sure that you start getting traffic. All right, so we went ahead and installed WordPress. We got a free WordPress theme. I'm actually going to show you how to get a premium theme and why you should get one as soon as possible. We've made some changes to your website so that you can start getting traffic. Now, right now you have a basic WordPress theme. That basic WordPress theme has no features and no functionality. You probably want something that comes with additional features. For example, a common feature that small businesses want, they want a countdown timer to the new release of their new product. And that's something that you can get through a premium WordPress theme. And to find a premium WordPress theme, click the second link in the description. It'll take you to this website. What you're gonna do is type in small business, or you can even type in your niche. For example, I'm gonna type in small business, but I'm actually gonna type in bakery as well to show you that they have WordPress themes for individual niches. As you can see here, these are a bunch of WordPress themes for small businesses. Maybe you are a baker. And we type in bakery, hit enter, you're gonna see that they have WordPress themes geared towards bakers and bakeries. What I recommend that you do, type in your niche, click search, and find one that relates best to you. What you're gonna do next is simply click this button to add it to your cart, check out, and buy the product. Once you buy it, you're gonna download a zip file right to your computer. And once you get that zip file on your computer, you are going to unpack that zip file, and you're going to take that second zip file and you're going to put it right in the back of your WordPress website. And to do that, you're going to go over to your WordPress website. You're going to hover over parents, click themes. And when you click themes, you're going to click on add new. When you click on add new, you are going to click on upload theme. Then you're going to drag and drop that new WordPress theme right here. Click install and then activate. Once you do that, you are going to have a brand new looking WordPress website. The next step is to start writing. Now, I get 3 questions when it comes to writing a blog or website. How do I start writing? How long should my blog post be? And how many blog posts should I write? Let's go ahead and answer those first 2 right now. To start writing, you're going to click on post, and then you're going to click on add new. When you click on add new, this is going to give you a blank screen just like this, and you are going to start writing here. To start writing, you are going to take a keyword that you found in the previous step. For example, let's copy this one. Let's say we're going to talk about Miles D. White. We're going to paste this in, and this is our keyword. What we're going to do for our title is we are going to have the first part keyword optimize, like we're doing right here. The second part we're going to make clickable. So Miles D. White, everything you need to know. And we're doing this for the sole purpose of getting our customers to click on our link and read the blog post. Now, in order to figure out exactly how long your blog post should be, you want to take a look at the other blog posts that are on the same keyword. What you want to do is make sure that your blog posts are at least as long as the ones that are already out there. And I'm actually going to show you in just a moment how to write better. So if we look at this, Miles D. White, he is the executive chairman of Abbott. Now, this isn't a great example because this is a chairman for Abbott, so this blog post isn't going to be as long. We could use another example here. Let's get rid of that. Let's see if we can do, let's see if we can find one real quick. Let's see, let's do this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this, and we are going to paste it right here, and we're going to click on this, and we're basically just going to highlight and see how long this blog post is. Now, if I'm eyeballing it, it's probably about 1,200 words. If I right click, do word counter, okay, this is 5,000 words. I was off by just a little bit. So what we could do is we could make our blog post at least 6,000 words if we were writing on this topic. And the best way to write on this topic is to jump back over to our blog post and do a 10-minute brainstorming session. In that brainstorming session, I'm going to type in who, what, when, where, why, and how. And I'm going to use these 6 writing prompts to help me ask questions that I'm going to answer in my blog post. For example, we could say, who is Miles D. White? And when you're doing the brainstorming, when you're in the brainstorming session, it is more important that you get your ideas out on paper than it is for you to spell words correctly. So oftentimes you'll see me when I'm brainstorming, I'll have a bunch of misspelled words that I can go back and clean up later. What is Miles D. White's background in biology, we'll say. Okay, and so take 10 or 15 minutes, ask yourself a bunch of questions and write them down. What we're going to do after that 15 minutes is we're simply going to delete the ones that don't make any sense or aren't relevant to our keyword, and we are going to keep the ones that are relevant. For example, let's say, who is Miles D. White? Not relevant. We're going to keep the ones that are relevant and we're going to turn these into H2s, and we're simply going to answer the question. You could say White's background is so on. Okay, and so what you're going to do is you're going to write and make sure your blog post is at least as long as the competitors, the competition. What you can also do too is skim the other blog posts that are already out there and simply look for things that they didn't talk about. Look for areas of opportunity. Sometimes they leave out critical information. You want to add that into your blog post. And once you're done, you're going to go ahead and click publish, and then your blog post is going to be available for the entire world to see, read, and react to. Now that we have our writing taken care of, we need to look at some different ways to make money. There are a number of ways to make money with your website. One of the most common ways is simply to place ads. Now you can place ads right on your small business website and you can make money. You can work with a company called Google AdSense, and the cool thing with AdSense is that you can get started for free. Click this Get Started button and they will automatically place ads right on your website. The only downside to Google Ads is they don't pay a lot. When you first get started with them and you don't have a ton of traffic, you're going to make pennies on the dollar. Now, once you start getting significant traffic, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 page views per month, you can actually move up to other ad networks. You can move to eZoic, AdThrive, Mediavine, and they'll actually pay you a little bit more. Another way that you can make money is simply with affiliate marketing. Maybe you have a product that needs other products. Let's say you have a business where people can buy bags of concrete from you. In addition to the bags of concrete, they may need a wheelbarrow and some of the other things. You can actually recommend those types of products right on your website. And when people click on the link and buy those products, you get paid a commission. Now, if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, I do have a free course. It's the 3rd link in the description. Click that link to learn about affiliate marketing for free. Of course, you can also sell your physical and digital products right from your website. That's actually really easy to do. There are plugins, and in fact, if you find the right WordPress theme, premium theme, it's already integrated. So make sure that you find a WordPress theme that is congruent with what you are looking for. After making money, you want to share your content on social media. In the very beginning, you have very little domain authority. Google is testing your content out to the content that's already on the internet, and so it may take a little while for you to start getting organic traffic. If you share your content on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, LinkedIn, TikTok, you share your content there, you're going to start getting traffic much faster. So I recommend in the very beginning, go ahead and share your content on those social media platforms, and then eventually traffic will start coming in from organic. And then the final question that I get is, how many blog posts should I write? In my opinion, if this is a part of your business and your small business, I would just keep writing. If you don't have time to write it yourself, hire someone either as a freelancer or hire a full-time writer, because it's a great way to drive organic traffic. So normally I tell people about 50 blog posts, but if this is a part of your business and will help you grow your business, I would hire potentially a full-time writer. Now be sure to check out the 3 links in the description, as they are designed to help you get up and running. The first link is to get web hosting, the second link is to get a premium WordPress theme, and the 3rd link is to learn affiliate marketing for free. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell if this video or any other video on this channel helped you out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.